I've played around with this a little bit in between this and that last video. Tightened up the kerning a bit, replaced that placeholder text with the actual text, and I was getting confused with the two different posters about that long line of text at the bottom. That's for theater. And what can we do to improve this? First of all, this text is black, and black has no it should not be involved with these colors here. We should sample a color that's already in our poster. So an easy way to select all the type is to click on this meatball because we have all our type on its own layer. So this selects all the text at once. Very handy when you work smart. Now we'll get that eyedropper again, and we can sample any color at all that's in this poster. You can see some don't work, and some, hey, maybe, you start to pick and you say, oh, that looks black. Well, let's zoom in and see. It's actually kind of a brownish color, and that color is picked up off of these pants. Okay, we can sample any color. Let me zoom back out, Command 0, and I don't particularly like this red, but let's say if we wanted red, well, it needs to be darker. So if we double click with that type still selected, now don't be clicking over here, go straight up and down, and you stay in the same kind of tonal value. And if we click OK, now we have kind of a reddish brown. It's still pulling colors out of our poster. So that's one way to do this. A couple little things that I did off screen, I'm going to deselect that, is I pulled out two more guides, Command semicolon to show and hide the guides. But if you can't remember that, remember view. You're looking at this. All these words are kind of descriptive of what you're trying to do. View, guides, show guides. And then if you want to lock or unlock your guides, well, here they are. So I did pull out two horizontal guides, and if I click on this one to select it and go under transform, you're going to see that it's at Y 0.5, and this one down here is at 18.5 because we know the size of our document is 13 by 19, so dropping in guides a specific amount of space from every edge gives us, I'm going to hide those guides again, Command semicolon, gives us kind of a way to organize our text so it relates to each other and kind of feels good. Last little touches, I'm going to zoom in down here. I'm holding down spacebar for the hand tool, Command key, and then just going to click and zoom and move this up. A couple things I didn't like. I did add the ampersand between students and children, and you see the semicolon? Doesn't that bother you? Sitting way down there on the ground. If you want to raise this up, it's just baseline shift right here. Right here. And we can bump that up and then maybe kern it over a little bit. Actually, this is pretty tight down here for body text. We could open up the leading, and that's option right arrow. Kind of open that up a little bit, and then we can fine tune it just a touch so it reads better. But this date, this 27th, I'm going to double click with the black arrow. That's better, isn't it? And then that comma, see how way out it is? And you don't have to kern every little thing, but obvious mistakes, yeah. Oh, look at that semicolon right there. What if we bump that up? And these little touches just mean that your poster is, you've taken care to make this as well designed as possible. We go back out to Command 0, and that's just one of the ways that you can improve this. I got an email last night, and another student, Zoe, has been working, and oh my, we have another background to deal with. Now, this very light moon and very dark sky provide a challenge for us. And maybe we can solve that challenge by using strokes around the edge, which Mr. Infantino wanted. So a couple things. We'll come back and I'll help you understand different ways to solve these design challenges.